Now, this Friday marks the 6th and final week of the regular season for football here in Ohio. The Pigskin professor Mike Jewell joins us to break down the track matchup between St. Francis and Fremont Ross.
Chad Long is going to bring his Fremont Ross Little Giants into the Glass Bowl and take on Dan Chipka's St. Francis Knights in what I think is the best game in the track. These are two teams with absolute identical wins on the season. So as they both match up at 3-2, one of the things I have to realize is great games follow Fremont Ross, and that's their last 2 weeks. The great struggle against Whitmer that ended with the 3-point victory and then the 3-point loss to St. John's in just a marvelous shootout. This game will have energy. The St. Francis Knights, it's not must win, but it is must get better and must continue to progress. And I have full faith that Dan Chipka is going to bring those St. Francis Knights out on the field and play with that passion and emotion that is becoming a trademark over there on Bancroft. Let's take a look at these two teams. And the first thing you notice is Fremont Ross's dynamic sophomore quarterback, Caden Holmes. This kid is absolutely special. Sometimes he gets a little bit outside our viewing area here at BCSN, so if you can get a look at the way this kid approaches the game, you'll be tantalized with the playoffs and the next 2 seasons. He is a magnificent combination of athleticism, absolute intensity and toughness, and an intelligence that creates coaching on the field. Holmes will direct and redirect his Little Giant teammates to create plays and opportunities, and St. Francis has to find a way to keep them bottled up. I'm not sure if it's a spy, but you've got to do something to make Holmes uncomfortable. You're not going to neutralize him, you're not going to stop him, but you've got to make him uncomfortable. And that takes us to, I think, the biggest key in this football game, the St. Francis offense. This is a night for Stephen McCoy. I thought the St. John's Titans turned to Carson Toth a little bit after that first quarter and into that second half. And I think that helped them create that comeback with the absolute magic of Lichtenberg still dominant. But you've got to run the ball against Fremont Ross. If it does nothing else, then chew up some clock and take away some possessions from Holmes in that dynamic offense. And I love Stephen McCoy. He is tough, his emotions on his sleeve. He'll play a big part in corralling Holmes because he's going to play a ton of linebacker, but it's running the football and running the rock and being tough that's going to be the key to this football game for the St. Francis Knights. The greatest thing about this Week 6 matchup is that both teams are heading into the playoffs, and they're the type of teams rising. Fremont Ross's youth is absolutely inspiring. St. Francis with that toughness and that edge. These are two teams I don't think anybody is looking forward to playing. They are ready. I would love to see a run for these teams as well as so many others. As we talk about Week 6, we've got that eye on the playoffs. So, hey, bring it. Another magical football game in the track for Chad Long and his crew. Danny Chipka is going to have his squad ready and get ready for the playoffs. Two good football teams.